A very good afternoon to you all. Welcome to Adelaide Street Oval for Match of the Round. It is the Scene Productions Cardiff versus the Killarney Vale Bombers in what is a wet day, and it's the Cardiff Hawks that are off and racing already. They've kicked towards their forward, and we've got a boundary line throw in early on in the contest. I'm Corey Hopper. I'm joined with Ash Borg and Shane Darwin, and we're your Match of the Round commentary team today. Gentlemen, looking forward to this contest. It's going to be a ripper.
Yeah, that got us by surprise.
Certainly did. As the ball is thrown in, we'll get back to pleasantries in a moment. Held up in the tackle there. And Damien Hector back in the Killarney Vale Bombers side, and the number one there. We haven't seen him for a little while in the commentary box. It's good to see him back gracing the paddocks here of Adelaide Street Oval. Arthur puts on a heavy tackle there. And this, I imagine that the Cardiff Hawks will be fast improved over the last time that we saw them, Ash, I would imagine.
Yeah, they've got the team sheet to do it. Tricky boys.
We've got the teams in the wrong colours at the top there.
They've got the Terrigal Avoken
versus
Carnival. That's all right.
Never mind.
Yeah, right. We'll get that changed shortly.
See if we can get that changed.
The colours are right. The names are right.
Yeah.
Go with the colours, everyone.
That's all right. Well, if you've got the colours down pat here on the AFL HCC, you know who they are. As that gets in dispute, both players diving all over the football. Over it there is Lockie McNamara.
And right on cue, we've got the rain thumping down here, Ash.
It's back again. That was damaging in the women's game. Couldn't get a score on the board. Let's see what the fellas can do. As over the football was Pike, cop one across the chops, no free kick. Working it out there was Schultz. Schultz drove it long, almost taken the mark there was Cardiff, working hard, picked up almost, struggling under the pressure. Stedman, round the body, scores the first.
No, umpire's given it a point.
No, he's missed it. They were celebrating. That's what I was going with. As Stedman is perplexed. As that one goes through from behind.
It looked pretty good to me, but, what would I know?
Looked good from where we were. Umpire right underneath it. So Cardiff one behind, as they did in the women's match. Scored the first score of the match. Got the first three behinds. And the long bomb, that is a massive kick. Right at the back, almost taking the mark there for Killarney Vale. And on the deck they go. Pretty sure that's Davies on the ground trying to search for it. Kicked away from the congestion. One-on-one duel. Nicely corralled there by Kieran White. Moved it forward. And Manning's underneath the football. And as he did in the rep match and as he did against Warners Bay and Anzac Day, was really reading the play brilliantly. Switch across the ground. Corey said in the women's game it's dangerous when it's not right, but Hawkins is pretty reliable. Spun in a 360. Davies camped underneath it. Play on says the ump. Free kick to Cardiff for holding off the football. They've started well, the Hawks. Moved it down the wing. You can see the yellow football. We're going to be finishing after 5. McNamara, the former Sydney Swans Academy player. Drives it long down the field looking for Stedman. They've run out of real estate with it and it'll go out of bounds on the full. And Killarney Vale will get a chance to steady the ship here as we've got one of the teams in the right order. And we'll get the second one very quickly. Shane's got to do about 200 jobs at once and we've got there. So nicely done, Shane, as the kick's taken there by Castelnovo Tom. Drives it to the centre of Envisage Property Oval. Running through the pack at the rate of knots, Smith. Smith driving it in the direction of Lloyd. And Lloyd's going to see that one over the boundary line and out of bounds as we just watch the rain tumble down here at Envisage Property Oval. It's right in front of the skill set sign, about 25 metres out from the goals. No boundary umpire on that side. That's a real shame. So the players have to throw it in themselves, not what you generally see in the cup. Tap forward here and Cardiff trying to work it out again through the agency of Chambers. He was smashed as he tried to get the footy. Nice round the body kick. Tap down to the advantage Ranger. Killarney Vale working hard. Here's an opportunity round the body. Pretty sure it was Henderson. Nice effort there by Manning. Manning cuts it off and goes towards the boundary. Working to keep it in tricky. Gee, did fantastically well. And then he sends the ball long. And it's cut off there by the 34 of Manette, who drags it forward, looking to get it is Stewart. Stewart comes in board. That was Chambers again. He's had a couple of touches. Gee, it's tough early. They're working hard. Stedman over the football. Bypasses him. Smith, as he did brilliantly last week or a couple of weeks ago, tried to clean up the footy. And we'll hand over to Corey Hopper as soon as we can. We're going to try and plug him into a PowerPoint.
Oh, he's run out of power, has he?
Well, depends what kind of power we're talking about. But we've got a ball in right on the wing. Ferocious start to the contest so far as we do a little bit of twister here in the commentary box. Nicely done, lads. And another ball in. So we've seen the ball make its way back to the boundary line again. It's been a great start to the game as Tricky launches one towards his forward 50. High flying mark taken there. That's wonderful work. Is that Manning? McNamara, sorry.
Right.
That's wonderful work there. He was never in doubt taking that mark. And it'll take a fine kick to push through this driving rain, but it's not beyond him. McNamara, right on the 50, gets the left boot right into it. Distance, not a problem. Accuracy, ever so slightly. So they are up and about, the Cardiff Hawks. There's no doubt about that. 0-2-2. Killarney Vale Bombers yet to score. And here's the player that I've picked as the red alert to keep an eye on right here. He gets my flashing red light this week, is Nathan Smith. Absolutely on fire against the Terrigal Avoca Panthers in a side they narrowly went down. He's one to watch today indeed. Kick in board now. Mark taken. Bombers are taking control of the ball as they bring it down this near side wing. Long kick. Looking for the Lloyd direction. He can't get that front position but couldn't get it up for that long fist of the Cardiff Hawks. Long kick over the top. No mark taken. Desperate stakes here. The ball will make its way to the boundary line. Henderson does his opportunistic best to say that's still alive, umpire. The umpire had razor-sharp, hawk-like vision. And we're bereft. Speaking of boundary umpires,
bereft on both sides.
In between them, Lachlan Henderson throws it in and does a fine job. He'd get paid good money for that. Goes in now, the Bombers, in a dangerous spot, in the hands of Stanley Velt. And he nearly knocks a post over with that kick. So the first score registered for the Killarney Vale Bombers, it's just a behind. As 0-1-1 to 0-2-2. I reckon we'll see a few behinds today, Ash.
Yeah, dare say so in these trying conditions as that kick went out as far as it could go. McNamara almost took it in. Real scramble taken near the Bottle fence. And it will be a throw up. I reckon today, given there's no boundary umpires, I reckon the umpires should just bring it in 10 metres and throw it up. Might be the easiest common sense option today, but...
That's a good idea. I reckon we should run that message out.
I reckon just make it clean and easy.
It's going to make it easier for everybody, isn't it?
Yeah, just be nice and clean as Hector. He's been busy holding the ball call there, and it goes to Hector. Well, it didn't go to Hector. It went to Mahallam, I'm pretty sure. So he's going to take this foot, but it ain't Mahallam, it's Stewart. So have another take 3 on that one, Ash. So one comes out. It's in the direction, looking to rove it. He was Pike sending himself up in the air. Crick couldn't get it. That was Lloyd, actually. Coming down with the football, Lloyd trying to work through it. Nice pressure up, and that was Finton Tricky. He's in the 55 today. We had him in 51. It's only a couple of numbers difference, so we're not going to get too cranky. And we'll have another stoppage. So Cardiff doing well early. Tap down to the open space. Emerging with the football, Johannes Conlon. Out to Hawkins. To Bonham. Tried to work it to a teammate. Not a bad effort there, Booth, but... Overrunning there was Hawkins. He tried to manipulate a hand past Pike into the space. Nice effort there from Booth. Got bumped off the football by Pike. Players diving in everywhere, and the umpire with the sun smart hat in the bleak, dark day here at
Not much need for that today, is it?
Yeah, if he gets sunburnt today, he's the unluckiest person on the earth, I reckon, as Crick gets the tap down to Hawkins. Shoots it forward and in the right place at the right time. So the Bombers drive it in through the agency of Ranger again. Players come from 2 and 3 deep. Nice fly at the back. Roving and almost getting it there was St. Nick. And they tap it down. Effort there for Pigeon. Pigeon tried to get it out. Bonham worked hard. Actually, it's not Bonham, it's Booth. Booth tried to soccer it forward and did it. Going in for the contest, Hayden Mahallam. Nice work there on Ranger. And Cardiff did enough. They're doing well, Corey. They're moving it forward just a little bit at the time here, the Hawks, and making the difference.
Played with just the right amount of energy that we'd expect today. Cardiff Hawks looking to resuscitate their season. And a big win here today would certainly be a huge scalp for them in 2026. So leading the foot race now. Hawkins trying to get hold of the loose ball. Does well. Gets his hand pass away in the nick of time. Tap forward out into the advantage, but not benefit of the Cardiff Hawks. So we'll have a ball up here in the middle of the ground. Slightly towards the Bombers' scoring end. Mahallam launches himself up high to no great advantage at ground level, though. We'll have that ball up once again. So the vastly improved Killarney Vale Bombers, undefeated so far until last week against the reigning premiers, and a great mark taken. Just had that front spot, didn't he, Crick? He's been active. That's not Crick, sorry. That's Carter. He's been very active so far today, Carter. I've been impressed with his start. Long kick down the line. So Pike there has hold of it. Wheels around. Trying to conjure something. A real worm burner of a kick. Picked up by Henderson. He's trying to be elusive. Gets it to Stanley Velt. And that's smothered off his boot. They are wearing him closely. The leading goal kicker so far this year, Santa Gold Stanley Velt. He's going to have to throw it in on this occasion and had a wonderful season so far. So tap towards the Bombers' goal. Picked up quickly. That was Alex Goodall. And he will get the first goal for the game. First one for the Killarney Vale Bombers. And it's good all the way. Wonderful work there. Rode that ball beautifully. It was unorthodox, but it was a goal nonetheless.
No, you don't let a two-time Feeler medalist for the best and fairest in the AFL Sydney comp get out the back like this. You can see it in the replay off the boundary throw-in. Tap came out the back and brilliant bump by boulders there. Alex Goodall, he's got shoulders like absolute boulders, and he used them to great effect and knock out the player and get himself the space he needed to go round the corner. A great goal from Alex Goodall.
Good all round, isn't he?
It was a terrific effort. Very good all indeed. So back in the middle we go here. The Bombers get the first. They are the favourites in the match. Taken out here by Castelnuovo. Nice effort. Holding the footy. Should be advantage in ears. It goes the direction of Conlon. Conlon sends it long. Oh, two Cardiff players spoiled each other. Unlucky then. Trying to work it off the ground. There was Muirhead. Muirhead's got time and space. Shoots towards the goal. Marshall Muirhead will miss everything and it'll bounce out of play harmlessly. Not a bad result in the end.
I think it might have been on the full, was it?
Or is it out on the full? Andy Baldwin signalled out of bounds with a straight arm, so...
He's having a great year, Marshall Muirhead.
I was just getting confused because I thought he was picking up to kick it, but no, he's the boundary umpire today, so there you go.
Wonderful small forward, actually, Muirhead. He makes things look easier. Working through... Oh, that's a wonderful check side effort. Missed to the left by McNamara. They've got some good players up there.
Yeah, they look...
Steadman and McNamara, Muirhead, they've got the capability.
I'm a fan of Steadman. I watched him play in a reserve grade game a couple of seasons ago, and I thought this guy needs to be in the senior side. He has been almost ever since, or took a few games, but he finally got up there. He should be a big hope for them to be able to bring in some big scores, because he can kick a mountain of goals. I think he got a bag that particular day, but Nathan Smith will bring it in. Red alert on this player. Just playing some tremendous football. Beautiful long kick. Just clears the 50 with ease. There's been a whistle blown as Mahallam flies up. He'll be holding most of the ruck duties himself as the journeyman of the Cardiff Hawks. Davies celebrated a milestone in our last broadcast game. He kicks long. Christopher Davies high, looking for his forwards there. Brought to ground level. That's Castelnuovo. He gets a hand pass through traffic to no one in particular. Hawkins at the bottom of all of that. They're fighting feverishly at this stage at ground level. It'll be hard work to pick that up, but a whistle's been blown, and it'll be a ball up at this stage. So we expect it to be a real hot potato in these clinch positions. In the congestion here, they'll be working very hard to try and find some space here on a wet day like today. Desperate to try and get in it. The Hawks have done very well here, and that kick, I think it was... on that occasion, was that Conlon brings it back inside, and there's Steadman. He's taken a mark. The ball's barely travelled the distance, but the umpire said it's good enough, and he will line up here from 25 out, tight, acute angle, Raymond Steadman. So I was just singing his praises a moment ago. He certainly can kick them. He's got a beautiful strike on the ball. I will back him in from here. Despite the rain, Steadman for the first one for Cardiff. He does no mistake. Straight through the middle. The goal umpire does not have to move, and he's got a beautiful strike on the ball, hasn't he? Ray Steadman with the first one for the Cardiff Hawks.
Gee, I'd love to go back about another 20 or 30 seconds before the goal, because the play that kept that in kept it alive, and that set the goal up. I'm pretty sure it was either Hunter Schultz or Marshall Muirhead. They tapped the ball back in just as it was about to bounce out, kept it in enough, and then the rushed kick off the ground by the Killarney Vale defender under panic, and it set the goal up. It caused the goal, didn't it?
Killarney Vale would have been better off killing that one dead, I think. It was a poor move to bring it back in.
Yeah,
Cost them a goal.
The Cardiff Hawks, as I said, it's either Schultz or Muirhead, and they kept it in. They did well.
There's something to be said for their last game, Killarney Vale. They were being led all day by Maitland Saints, and they ended up snitching the game in the last quarter. So there's something about they feel like they could be reinvigorating themselves.
Yeah, Adam Dugan was quietly confident when I said good day to him earlier today. He said he's got a good squad today, and they're looking pretty good so far. They're kicking with the aid of a very slight breeze, but the wind is going to take a lot of it out as they get it out to bottom. That's a wonderful delivery, McNamara. No, it's actually Muirhead. Tried to get it to ground, bottom. Over the top here, Schultz. Hand pass out, Williams. Williams couldn't pick it up. Great pressure. Muirhead's going to be dangerous from the pocket. Goes around the body and kicks it into the same pocket he did about 5 minutes ago. Just hasn't got the radar on yet, but he's looking dangerous as he picks up possessions at will inside 50. So 2 points to lead here to the Cardiff Hawks. Teeming rain here at Envisage Property Oval. Tumby-umby, that ball goes over the top. Muirhead lurking again. Smashed and crashed through there. I'm pretty sure that was Banfield. They move it out through the agency of Stewart. Arthur, good gather. Goes past his rep teammate in Hawkins. Delivers it across. Pretty sure it's Pike. Enough strength to get past. Chain of hand pass, it gets to Arthur, puts the head down and does what he does best. Got it out to Castelnuovo. Sends it out to Nicholas Stanlin-Val. Good punch from behind Manning, and Castelnuovo gives him one to go on with afterwards, out of bounds. That was a nice chain of move from the Bombers.
I'm impressed with what I've seen from Cardiff. They look a different side to what we saw in round 2, I think it was, where they were comprehensively beaten by Newcastle City. This is exciting for the competition. If this is sort of where they're at the moment, what we're likely to see from them for the rest of the year. After that first round, it would have been easy to write them off as perhaps non-starters in the finals this year. But if this is where they're at, because we know where the Killarney Vale are at this season, this is exciting stuff for the competition across the board. As play continues, wrapped up tackle there. That was Max Pigeon who he looks like he's put on a bit of size since the last time we saw him, which was only Anzac last weekend, I think, actually. Looks like he's hit the weights all week. Tap out there to Arthur. He's looking further afield. He finds Pike. Pike handles that neatly, puts it on the boot, and that is a beautifully weighted kick. He's found a hard-presenting Brandon Lloyd, who probably not his best day out after kicking 3 bags in a row in the first 3 rounds, was kept a little more modest against the Terrigal-Avoca Panthers in round 4, but he will be looking to burst back out onto the scene in round 5. Beautiful strikes, gone across the face there, going to miss everything on this occasion. Still inside, they've kept it alive. Cardiff Hawks like to keep that ball alive right in the edge. Stanley Velt trying to find Henderson. It'll end up getting rushed over, so no goal in the end. And a good result for the Cardiff Hawks.
Hawks look like they Johannes Conlon then looked like he was going to score a try. The way he put the ball down is tricky. Comes into play, gives it to the near side. Even numbers at the contest. Smith with great hands in the conditions. He's got the boot to send this right to the top of the square if he wants to. That's touched off hands. You can hear that clearly in the mic. Where's this going to fall? At the back, not Conlon, it is Conlon. Got it out to a teammate. Underneath the footy there, Herschel for Cardiff trying to work through. Emerging through the contest, nice little handball. Snap around the body, the bounce is going to be favourable and tricky, read at best. Unlucky there, that was James Kidd that almost snagged one out of nowhere. And through from behind scores a level if I've got my bearings correct. It's 1-3 apiece.
I don't want to draw the ire of Killarney Vale. I'm already in trouble for my Gracie Jurek comment earlier. But that kick by Lloyd was pretty average. He deserved better with that. He should have. He's been in a little bit poor form on the last broadcast match, and last week at Crobbery Oval he was a bit average as well. So needs to get his radar in line.
Is he a bit of camera shy? Maybe a little bit of calibration needed. And that's no nothing doing. He made contact with the player though.
Yeah, his opponent bumped him into the player. Then
right.
Hawkins, he did well. Hawkins to try and get it.
Right, try to get himself a little bit of an advantage. Well, it's Lachlan McNamara with the ball now. He's been lively early on in the piece. On the wing, he'll launch one long. That left boot surging, trying to find, but no one home unfortunately. And Mahallam of the Logan variety takes the mark. Quick to play on, going to the other side of the field, looking for Pike. But bounce doesn't do Pike any justice at all. And the Cardiff Hawks are able to come in and resuscitate that. So that was almost well and truly they would have been away, the Bombers there. But such is the conditions out there. Hard to read. One would have expected that ball to bounce a little further afield. Castel Nuovo flying through here. Carter got hold of it now for the Bombers. But there are Cardiff Hawks everywhere. A nest of them, one might say. They swoop in. So right now, ball up. Mahallam tries to fly. It's in the hands now. That was Herschel. Can't do anything effective with it, and the Bombers take control of it. It's a foot race now. Hawkins will get there first. Nudged out of it. Could have been in the back, but the umpire says nothing. James Kidd holding him up. Kick fall up. Doesn't travel any distance whatsoever except up and down. Hawkins trying to barge through again. He's been electric today, Hawkins. Trying to find and burrow his way through whatever hole's available. But on this occasion, it's held up just enough for us to have a ball up. 21, nearly 22 minutes into the first term. And it's been a riveting contest so far. They are flying in from everywhere, aren't they? Some tough stuff indeed. Out wide, high ball. No one will mark this. It'll find the boundary line. And we'll have a throw in. Right underneath our noses here now. Ash?
Yeah, it's been a good contest. 9 points apiece tells you that. There's the mark taken there by McNamara. On centre wing in front of Goodall. Drives it along the line, coming in to fly. Couldn't get there. Nice gather. That was by Luca Conlon. Taps it to his own advantage and soccers it off the ground. Pressure on the Bombers. And the umpire's got a key decision to make there, and it's going to be a ball up. Good one in the end. So can they get a late one here and get in front by quarter time, Cardiff? Tap down in the ruck. Muirhead tries to work through. Kick around the body there by Pigeon. Did enough. Got it outside 50. Booth's going to get there first. Trying to work with him is Castelnuovo. He dives on the football well and emerges with it. Tapped out to the advantage of his teammate. Nice hand pass to Carter, who goes down the wing. And down the ground on the wing, right on the wing, is Brandon Lloyd, who takes the mark and goes nice and long, sending in a direction of Stanley Veld, who slipped at the crucial moment. Manning read it best. Drove it long. Sent half forward for Cardiff. Down on the deck, Muirhead, dangerous. Great wrap-up tackle there from Nathan Smith. Holding the footy. That was sublime from Smith.
Hands like a gecko.
And he's thrown him around like a rag doll then too. Or is it a free kick to Muirhead?
It
was it's Muirhead for a sling. Yeah, you know what? Don't mind that. It was a good. I thought it was a fine tackle, but the umpires.
No, he paid the tackle, but then he remonstrated the ball
reversed
back.
It.
Yeah, he reversed it.
There you go. Not bad. No, that's good control. The umpires given the free kick, and it's ended up in the hands of McNamara. So
could be costly in the end.
Yeah, just needed to. If that was the case, then he probably just needed to hold his nerve a little bit more. McNamara knows where the big sticks are, can kick them. Very handy footballer. And that's brilliant off the boot. Cardiff in front, late in the first term. Wonderful goal.
Well, this is quite a contest. I've got to say, this is a wonderful game of football that is starting to emerge before us. Wet weather in its truest form, and two sides, both with outside of the finals contest last year, but both well and truly worthy of it. They are going to want to make a big statement this year, and this is a game where they get to do that. Probably could be the fast movers of the competition. I wasn't expecting this from Cardiff, I have to admit, and I'm thrilled to see it. It's great stuff. We thought they were in the wilderness, but they are showing something here in the way of character, and they are very much a rejuvenated football side. Still much of the same personnel, similar personnel. They just look like they've all found an extra gear somewhere, and we are certainly enjoying that. So we have a ball up. Just a few seconds left to go in this first term, and it has been riveting. And that's all she wrote for quarter one. What a wonderful contest here at Adelaide Street Oval. The Killarney Vale Bombers, home side, actually trailing 2-3-15 to the Cardiff Hawks and 1-3-9. 6 points the deficit. And back to the drawing board for Ben Roberts and his men. They will find out another way to try and work their way to goal. The Cardiff Hawks, much of the same that you would expect, will be the call from the coach there, Ash.
Yeah, I think so, mate. It's Cardiff will be impressed. Adam Dugan will be wrapped with the way they started, but they been kicking to the scoring end just to see how they defend the second quarter, Chop, as we go to the quarter time break. Make sure you donate to Curry's Beanies for Brain Cancer in the bottom left-hand corner of your screen. Cardiff in front by 6. Welcome back here to Envisage Property Oval, Adelaide Street Oval, Cardiff. The surprise leader at quarter time, 2-3-15 to Killarney Vale, 1-3-9. McNamara and Stedman with the goals for the Bombers. Goodall with the opener for Killarney Vale. Ashley Borg, Shane Darwin and Corey Hopper, who's got Play AFL in his hot little hand, and he's going to give us some update scores from around the grounds.
I do indeed, Ash, and I tell you what, the trend of close matches in the Black Diamond Men's Cup competition continues despite us having a week off, where most of these players, well, the better players in all the sides just went and were teammates for 1 week, and now they're back beating each other senseless on the field. We don't mean that in a literal sense, of course. We mean it in a football sense. But we have got another round of very close matches, and if I can travel all the way north to our northernmost reaches and take you to the Nelson Bay Terrigal game, of course, last year's premiers taking on last year's quarter-finalists, Nelson Bay. We have a very close game. 10 points the difference there. 58 plays 68. The Terrigal Avoca Panthers in front. And we've got three goals to Wade Blackburn and 3 goals to Harrison Pitt. So both of those players on bag rating form. A little further closer to home here, the Wyong Lakes Magpies at Don Small Oval, trailing the entrance Baddo Bay 44 to 55. That's 6-8-44 to 8-7-55. So that particular Central Coast Derby, a very close match indeed. And we might have the first bag from a Wyong Lakes player in Carter Jones or Keaton Jones? Which one was it?
I think it's Keaton.
One of the Jonesies. Well, good luck there. And let's hope the entrance Baddo Bay get one as well. We want bags from both of those sides. So, yeah, good round of football, Ash.
Yeah, it has been, mate. Thanks for the update. It's great to see the clubs updating. Unfortunately, we don't have any Women's Cup scores to go with, but
7-8-50, 8-7-55 now. 5 points the difference between the entrance Baddo Bay and Wyong Lakes Magpies. Third quarter.
It's two wonderful games, and this one's following suit. We're in the second term, and we're off and underway. Mahallum gets the tap down. Bottom with the first touch. Could have been high. Umpire said no, and that's fair enough. Hector gave him one hell of a tackle just then. Good duel in the middle. Mahallum again. He was up against Schultz. Castelnuovo tried to get it. Mahallum sent it long in the direction of Stanlin Velt. Manning and Stanlin Velt's a great duel. Stanlin Velt got the hand pass out, looking for Arthur. Ended up with White. Down on the hands there was Tricky to Davies. Davies straightens up and goes back down the middle of the field and sizes up, and lovely kick to Schultz. Schultz at halfback for Cardiff, streaking at 100 miles an hour was Muirhead, and takes the grab. That was nice stuff. He sends it nice and long. Stedman. Smith flew, couldn't get there. Rolling out the back. They're hoping for it. Cardiff, nice bump there. Stedman needs to get it out. Working hard there. Pretty sure it might have been Kenobi. Stedman spinning on a sixpence. Couldn't get rid of it. Umpire said you're gone. Just as Lachlan McNamara was about to strike it for goal.
Yeah, geez, was that a bit tough, Ash? I don't know. He looked like he got a fist to it in time. That, for me, I don't know if it was a bit harsh, but anyway, I just call it. As Kenobi kicks long down the wing. No mark taken. Foot race now. Arthur will win there. He reads it better at ground level than Schultz on that occasion. Big hand pass high, just about tickled a cloud with that one. Mahallum, hand passes further afield again. This time it's in the hands of, that was Brendan Lewis there, over the head hand pass. It's a series of hand passes. It's exchanged from one side to the next. Castelnuovo, in the end, finally gets a boot to it, pushing it further forward for the Bombers, and he finds one, Brandon Lloyd. The Spoon Man will be looking for his first goal. He's missed a set shot in the first quarter, which he'd be ruining. But make no mistake, he's a class performer, this young man, and he will find his radar before too long. He likes these ones when they're a slightly more degree of difficulty. When they're right in front, he tends to have a bit more trouble with it. So make it a difficult angle, and he's most likely to put it straight through. So as tough an angle as it gets here at the Bombers, and there's no movement from Andy Baldwin. He made no mistake there. I told you. Add the degree of difficulty, and Brandon Lloyd performs better every time.
I went down and had a word to him at quarter time. I said,
I'm going to call him Kevin Bacon.
You've got to shape up.
So they're both on 22 goals now. Brandon Lloyd and Harrison Pitty's got 3 at Dick Burwell Oval. Yeah. So they're 22 goals apiece.
No longer not happy with the scorn from one Shane Darwin. Brandon Lloyd has kicked into overdrive. Good goal.
Yeah, it was a nice shot from the pocket. His home ground, he trains for these here.
Needs to train for the set shot 20 out right in front a little more.
Mahallum and Schultz. Mahallum's got the height and running into his own player. There was Bonham. Socket off the ground there by Pike. That was intelligent. Picking it up, Stanlin Vout round the body. How's the finish? Oh, marvellous. St. Nick. Santa goals goes bang. And Killarney Vale get 2 on the bounce.
He's a quality finisher, isn't he? He just finishes.
Father Kickmas. That's what he is, Father Kickmas. He's got a present already. And can I just say, we're about to see the Santa Spoon show, because these two like to go 1 for 1 for the whole day here at Adelaide Street. We saw it at Anzac Day. It was 7 and 6 apiece, I think, on that day. So I don't know if they're going to be quite that high, the numbers today. The conditions go against it. But I tell you what, we do love it when the Santa and the Spoon kick in together. Back in the middle now. Mahallum versus Schultz. No one getting clear advantage, but at ground level, the Bombers might get hold of it. Although the Hawks have something to say about that. They're scrambling all over Castelnuovo and asking the question. There's 3 above him, and we like to see that. They're not afraid to get numbers around the ball there, these Cardiff Hawks, and they absolutely swarm it when they do. Intriguing ruck duel. No one distinct advantage here, but a whistle's been blown. The umpire and a 50-metre penalty as well. So this will put the Hawks right in line for a goal. You would imagine 25 out or so. And that could be a costly infringement, all things said. I'm not too sure what went on, Ash. Did you see it?
No, I didn't see a great deal. Might have been a bit of language, I reckon.
A little bit of language. Right, well, a costly bit of language indeed. As the Hawks line up, should be rudimentary. Straight through the middle. No, it wasn't. There was a little bit, it looked half-hearted, the celebrations to me, and I just wanted to see what the goal umpire had to say about it. But no goal, just the minus score, and I tell you what, not quite as costly, a little bit of a let off the hook, one might say.
Absolutely, it's one you need to bag when you're in front like that. That is an unbelievable kick, 70 metres on the fly to Lloyd, who didn't have to move.
Who kicked that?
That was Smith, I'm pretty sure. It's gone down the ground again, and 2 kicks, Stanley
Wow.
Vale. So it's Smith to Lloyd to Stanley Vale, and we're 140 metres down the field.
He could kick it from there.
Probably 120. I might have made a little bit of meterage up as it goes inside 50. Nice effort to mark bottom. They need to clear. Working hard there, Manning. And sits underneath and takes the mark. They try to recycle this football. Tricky needs to be clean and does to Hawk. And that's probably their best 4 plays in the team that moved it forward. Working hard in the contest, Owen Tricky. And did enough. And pushed out Mahallam out of bounds. And if you like fit and tricky, fellas, wait till you see Owen in full flight, number 31, his brother.
In response to your call earlier about giving extra meterage, Ash, a good broadcaster is subject to quality embellishment. Just from once in a while. Just every now and then, when it's called for.
It was, what is it, the Seinfeld reference? It was 5 yards, it was a foot. So down on the ground it goes, and Chambers tried to extract. He's been pretty good early. Arthur rode him like a bull, then tried to get it off him. Hand pass out of the congestion, there by Hawkins, intercepted. Pike down the field, and a nice mark taken there by Crick, who read it best. In front of his opponent on centre wing. Timekeeper's enjoying the action there as they have a chat about how the Bombers can be a little bit brighter. Flying from the side, nearly taking the mark. Pretty sure that was Lloyd. Good pick-up effort there by the Bombers. Goodall struck over the shoulder there by Hawkins. And the umpire...
Got to be holding the ball, surely, wouldn't it?
It's one or the other. He was a footy move, so he either was over the shoulder or holding the footy.
He's done it very well. He made it look like he was locked in, but he rode that tackle. That should have been holding the ball day long.
Bonham
That's
absolutely coat-angered, and he's not paid it. That's 2 in a row, and if he doesn't get the next one right, this is what's going to happen, because there's been 2 high shots in a row not paid.
It's got to be high.
Yeah, the last one on Goodall was Hawkins over the shoulder, and that one was clear. My binoculars are set pretty well today, I'd say, as Malhallam gets it to ground. Let's see how it goes this time. Working off the back. Arthur. Hand pass out of the congestion. Nice take there. Pretty sure it's tricky. Socket off the ground to his own advantage. Kenobi needs to come at it and does. Couldn't take it clean but did well. Took on the tackle. That was great. I'm pretty sure it's Martin in the tackle. Got it out was Carter. Wonderful switch to Lewis. Here go the Bombers now on the gallop. They go the centering ball. It's a nice ball into Castel Norvor. What can he manufacture? Kicks a ball to a wonderful position. Oh, great courage shown, Manning. Play on, said the umpire. Both players on the deck. Goodall taps it to the advantage of his teammate in Crick. Trying to work the footy there was Bond, Calvin. Lloyd looking to try and get something going. On the deck there is Taj Williams. I thought it was Manning, but it's actually Williams. And Cardiff eventually cleared away.
Wonderful call, Ash. I'll tell you what, did the stakes just suddenly go up or what? This has turned into an outstanding game. Plenty of passion and ferocity. I'm really enjoying what we're seeing as Muirhead gets a free kick here. So plenty going on in the field. You don't want to be anywhere but right here with the Scene Productions. This is great match of the round football as Kenobi gets hold of the loose ball. Kick left wanting. Not a great deal of distance. Mahallam gets hold of it. Toe poke into the way of Castel Nuovo, who sort of stumbled across the ball then. His kick, though, is effective as you like because Brandon Lloyd's at the end of it. And this, at that range of degree of difficulty, that almost makes it a guaranteed goal for him. He is nearly 50 out, about a 16-degree angle, which is about how warm it is outside as well. And there's a right footer You would think he's got a good shot at this one. Good launch. The goal umpire, Andy, had to move a little bit too much there. Sort of gave it away that it was out in the full early. So no crackers on this occasion. We'll wait for the ball to come back in. But that's such is the way of things. Looks like there's a few prickles up there on the grass by the person who recovered the ball. So hope he's all right. Send a trainer over there, please. Handball over the top, looping. In the hands of Smith now. He kicked it low, not his best kick. It's been marked there. Is that by McNamara? He's been lively, active, and doing the business. Lincoln Chambers this time. Keeps it low. They're going to maintain control all the way down the line here. That's Conlon. He wheels around the player on the mark, then puts a high one up towards his centre forward position. Flying from the back there, Smith with the double fist. Punches it forward. Chambers almost gets it on the half volley. Now it's a foot race. Goodall bumped out of it. That wouldn't happen often. Chambers just made a mess of him. And now the Hawks are ready to stage something. Good voice being left there. That was outstanding work. And the mark's been taken by Marshall Muirhead. And he's well and truly within his range and proving himself to be quite the goal scorer and almost spearhead for the Cardiff Hawks. He's 40 out. He'll kick it from about 45, and that was a good piece of play there that started with Chambers. Long kick, looks pretty good. And the distance, just marginally. I tell you what, you'd be filthy about that because it was a finger tipper in the end, but beautifully defended by the Bombers. That was some great work by Chambers. He just knocked Goodall out of it and kept them into that piece of play, Ash.
Yeah, he doesn't mind using the body as they release it quickly here. The Killarney Vale Bombers on the chase here is Calvin Bond. Working back is tricky. Did well. That socket off the ground might be a free kick if it's not kept in by Crick. And he'll tap it over the boundary line. It's going to be tough to make a call when you haven't got a boundary umpire there. So Cardiff,
I love it when all the players do the rodeo at the same time. It's
we just need a sound effect.
Yeah, we do.
Right. Yahoo! So just while this ball's coming back into play, you've got the Carries Beanies for Brain Cancer QR code in the bottom left-hand corner of your screen. Make sure you donate today. Wonderful cause. Justin Lloyd and the Killarney Vale Bombers appreciate everything they've done today. They've got lots on for sale as it comes out the back. Cardiff, the recipient, Schultz. Crowd call involved in the ball. Umpire says play it. Trying to pick it up there, Banfield. On the hammer there was Tricky Owen. Came out here to McNamara. McNamara avoids the tackle of his opposite number, Carter. Sends a ball low, and Smith, nice little slips catch. He's got the leg to try and switch. That could be 50. If it wasn't 50, well, I'm not here, but it isn't. So I am. So Lewis goes round the corner, looks for his teammate. That was Pigeon. Worried out of it by Plumridge. Plumridge with a magnificent little mullet there to work with. Tapped out of bounds by Brendan Lewis. And him and Marshall Muirhead are going to discuss what they're going to have for dinner tonight when they go home. So, boundary throw-in. Really intriguing game. We've played 10 minutes of this second term, and Cardiff, well, they've got one more scoring shot. They're 4 points behind. They could be in front in this game. They've been good enough. Sending a ball to the top of the arc. Nice mark taken. Pretty sure that was Pike. No, not Pike. Might have been Kidd.
Hard to recognise him with no hair.
Yeah.
He looks taller.
It's hair or no hair. Like deal or no deal. Henderson gives it out to Smith. Look at the trajectory on that kick. That's a nice little bullet kick to Lloyd, but just a little wide of him. And you'll see it out, and it's inside the 50, so no lasso. Really good game. Both sides giving everything, Corey. The conditions, even though they're a bit wet, the players... They're keeping the footy in front.
They are. Their purchase below the knees is actually very impressive because it would be greasy. The ball would be heavy by now, there's no doubt. There's been a free kick found here, and Crick will get it. And there was a bit of holding in that ruck contest, I believe. So he's in range now. Crick's got a massive bomb on him. And you would imagine he'll sail the distance. It'll be a question of accuracy more than anything. It had been a genuine arm wrestle of a match here. Both of these sides, it's a very important result for the two of them for the season as a whole. Big kick, not bad. It's going to fade late, and it's another behind. So 3-4-21, should I say 3-4-22 to 2-5-17 It's now a 5-point deficit. Certainly nothing to be worried about. But what's at stake here is an important aspect, given that we're sort of just on just over a quarter of the way through the season now, home and away. That's a good tackle. Series of hand passes, and the Cardiff Hawks pull it off in the end, but the kick's no good. Ended up marked by Kidd once again, and he sends it straight back from whence it came. Flying at the back there, I think, was McNamara, and Manning, I should say, Lachlan Manning. But no mark taken, brought to ground. So it's in a dangerous spot again for the Hawks. They're going to have to be right on their mettle here. Crick gets advantage in that tap. Gets it down, but only as far as the Hawks midfielders. They've got hold of it now. Davies tries to sugar poke one out through the hole. He can't do it. Carter kicks one high, but front spot there, but did not travel the distance. Was that tricky, I think?
Yep.
And didn't travel the distance, it said. So no mark taken. Good ruck duel. Down to the advantage of the Bombers. They can't get it cleanly below their knees this time. Somehow it gets out to Pigeon. He wheels around on his left boot. Sends it high. Front position. Almost a mark taken by Vanlin Stelt. He hand passes it further towards goal, but Manning gets hold of it. Kicks it out of danger immediately. One bounce and it's over the boundary line. And that will be a deliberate.
Yep.
Says the umpire. Does indeed. So, dangerous result. Wasn't a good call there, Ash. So, deliberate out of the bounds. And what's happening
the ball
now?
Back somewhere else, I think. Or
no, it's a throw-in.
Okay,
so the mind was changed at the last minute. And that's Pigeon will bring it in as they muster around. I've got to say, it's a shame. Kids out there, take up umpiring. We need more boundary umpires. It's a great way to make a few bucks on the weekend, isn't it? And keep fit. And you're helping out the best game in the world. So I should get onto the marketing team for...
Tell you what, they could work a 5-hour, 6-hour shift at Macca's and not make as much as they do in 2 hours here at Adelaide Street today.
Yeah, and you're in the outside having fun. It's good. Gosh, I'd do it if I wasn't such a lazy old man who loves to talk. Take it away, Ash.
Henderson got it and threw it in, and Crick couldn't get it to a teammate. So it's been a really enthralling second term, this. Crick puts his hand up and says, "Get me in the ruck." Taps it down. Good all around it. And he's not, even his boulders aren't going to get him out of that spot. And they're going to pay it against him, are they? We'll leave that one unsaid as Davies takes the free kick. Didn't have a great deal of opportunity to get rid of that one. So Davies tries the switch. Dangerous. Is it going to be 50? It was a late one, but they're not going to pay that one against Ranger. Not a bad call indeed. They've been pretty good this afternoon, so we'll let things go as Tricky. It's going to run out of bounds, and got our timekeeper mate next door. He's gone the old rodeo. Loves it. Free kick to the Bombers. The free kick going to Banfield. Long way out. Too far out to score. Looking long now. Good pack play. Taking it at the back. Nearly grabbing it in. I'm pretty sure that was Henderson. Carter. Tackled well. Worked hard, the Hawks. Goodall in the contest. Scrapping hard. Lloyd gets out the congestion. Goes round the corner. My goodness. What a goal. That is stunning from the Spoon Man.
That was a ripping goal. He just managed to tweak open a small opening there, didn't he? And just force his way through it. Great goal. See, he needs at least two people hanging off his jumper or outside of the boundary line type of angle, and he's guaranteed to hit it every time. What's this? Possible hole. Well done, Brandon Lloyd.
Gosh.
No, that's terrific work. And the Bombers pull away. Largest margin for the game so far, 11 points. And that was a great goal by Brandon Lloyd. He's on 2. He tries to mount a significant total. 18 and a half minutes left in the quarter so far. We're not far away from half time. Now, Cardiff Hawks, the pressure on them to respond. Hector gets out of that beautifully. A series of hand passes between Arthur, finds its way back to Hector. He kicks a high ball to the wing. Carter makes it, marks it, and then takes off. He's looking for Lloyd at the back. Or Stanley-Veld, I should say. Either one of those spearheads will be just fine. As it's back inside the forward 50 for the Bombers, and the throw-in will ensue. And I didn't realise that Cal Ranger has cut all his hair off and now joins Castel Nuovo and Pike as the hardest ones to recognise from one another on the field. So I said hello to him, but he had a hat. As Brandon Lloyd gathers the loose ball, and that, a little too easy in terms of the degree of difficulty. It's gone straight across the face, out of the bounds on the full. So Davies will bring it in. Sort of stammered a little bit, took off, he's around there. I don't know if that came off the boot quite as well as he was hoping for. Now it's a contest at ground level. Crick taps it out, and beautifully done too. Finds Arthur. Arthur, though, he's wrapped up in the tackle and done well. Conlon, he plays on quickly for the Hawks. He's got an option further afield. He's trying to find Hunter Schultz, but he can't take the mark, and the ball rebounds quickly. Crick's got hold of it now, almost moving slow motion here as Hector kicks a high ball up. And no one at home is except Max Pigeon, the homing pigeon today, we'll call him. He will very much enjoy kicking this one. He was left all alone, unattended, and this could be a disastrous turn just before half-time for the Cardiff Hawks. Max Pigeon, 30 out, almost directly in front, should be fairly stock standard. Not familiar with his set shot prowess, but let's suggest it's good. Runs in, left boot, sizes it up, and puts it straight through the middle. Outstanding piece of work. A little bit slack checking by the Cardiff Hawks has been costly, and they have kicked another one. The Bombers 5-4-34, 2-5-17. This is the biggest margin of the game, Ash.
Yeah, 17 points the margin. There's a replay is going to be queued up now. It was a fair way out, and it's a half-decent kick from there. Doesn't matter what breeze you've got in the wet and in the conditions, with the ball the way it is. It's a solid strike, and not even pretty sure that was tricky right on the goal line could stop that, and he's quite a tall man. So good strike for him. Another one on the board for the Bombers, 17 points the margin. They're starting to take the ascendancy here at Envisage Property. Sock it off the deck. Here they go, Cardiff. Can they hit back? That's a nice long shot. This might go over the back. Hawkins resting in the pocket, did well, fighting up against King. Hawkins, crowd go nuts. Umpire says play it. Well cleared away, Kid. That might be out of bounds in the full, though. And even no boundary umpire can't hide that one. So Killarney Vale would have tried their best to hide it. Taking the free kick there is, I'm pretty sure it's Hawkins. Yeah, pretty unmissable with the long hair.
He did very well in that contest, Ash, I thought. He was unlucky not to get an opportunity to kick on goal, so this is rightly so his kick.
He did. No, he set that up with great defending from the front. He's been very good in midfield today. He's a hard worker, played well last week. Short ball, McNamara bounced off the knee. It's gone further backwards than where Hawkins was before. Back to Booth. They're going to make a bit of a meal of it here, Cardiff. They might turn this over. Working hard, Chambers bumped off the football. In the contest there, Morris. Arthur tried to intercept it, punched away. Pretty sure that was Ranger. Nice effort there by Castelnuovo. Oh. Socket off the deck, and away they go, the Bombers. Stanley Velt over the football. Lloyd one-on-one. Goes over the back. Nicely done, Tricky. He's a hard opponent to beat. Lloyd, Tricky, the youngster versus experience. He's done that very professionally. Tell you what, it looked deliberate from here, but he's done it. He made it look very good, and I reckon the umpire gave him the benefit of the doubt. Well done, Fit and Tricky.
Yeah, he's growing in stature with every game I see him play, Fit and Tricky. I'm a big fan. I enjoy the way he goes about it. To have two Trickies is just so tricky. They're going to enjoy some good years from those players, I imagine, the Cardiff Hawks, as match progresses. Brandon Lloyd's got the ball. He's wrapped up by Manning. We'll have another throw in. Now, that could have been dangerous. The Cardiff Hawks had an opportunity to kick a goal moments ago, and just like that, it's travelled from coast to coast. Now the Bombers are in control here. High tackle. That could have been over the shoulder there. I would have given way too many kicks away for high tackles today. I've caught it a few times. I'm not too sure what it is. Maybe feeling a little short today, perhaps. High ball now. Good tap by Schultz. Back up in the air somehow. And now Davies has got it. He should clear the ball with his kick. There's no one at home at the end of it. And Brendan Lewis takes a mark, albeit a courageous one, looking over his shoulder there. Gives the ball a quick dry, so it must be still very greasy conditions out there. drying off that ball so we can get some good purchase on that. So he fancies his chances here. The veteran still playing some wonderful football. He's had 400 plus games and a wonderful servant for the Killarney Vale Bombers Football Club. He's given that a good strike. It looks online. Just going to fade a little bit to the far side. And it's another behind. So 5-5-35 now for the Bombers. They pull away ever so slightly more. That was a dangerous option, but he's done well in the end. Tricky's found Conlon. As their Cardiff Hawks muster this side, that'll be all she wrote for the first half. The wheels fell off a little bit for the Cardiff Hawks towards the end of that quarter as the Bombers flew like a squadron into battle and got themselves a couple of goals to pull away. It is now a 5-5-35 to 2-5-17 lead to the home side. Probably a little more where the Bombers would like it to be, and a bit of work to do on the drawing board for the Cardiff Hawks at half-time. Please join us again in a few moments when we resume second half of the match of the round. presidency.
Oh, thanks, mate. Appreciate it.
No, well done, mate.
But it was about time that and somebody was ready to step up because he lost his coaching.
Yeah. They had to give him something.
And he didn't know what to do. So
Nah,
I said, come on, mate, I got a job for you.
Yeah, I bet. Well, mate, I'm sure he's under the best tutelage you can get, but like it seems like almost like a preordained movement. So it was kind of nice to hear it went the way that it did. So you happy now? There must be a heap less work for you to do.
I orchestrated the move.
No, good on you, mate.
So,
Nah. Well, mate, what did you do? 20 years?
17.
17.
As president.
Yeah.
And then probably another 10 years before
Yeah, of course.
junior football and
good on you,
other
mate.
areas.
Well, mate, I'll tell you what, you can have a look. You can have a look at where the club's at now from when you started, and we were just talking about it then, how like for this Beanies for Brain Cancer Day, the club here gets so behind its events. Like the Anzac Day was wonderful. Like that'll happen every year now. Just particularly in the last, since we've been doing the broadcast, we've noticed Carnival really get behind their events. They really push them hard. They don't do anything by half. It's really good.
That's one of the good things about
We've got Justin Lloyd here and from the Killarney Vale Bombers. He's one of the assistant coaches in the men's cup team. And they've got a very special cause going on Saturday at the Adelaide Street Oval. Justin, mate, thank you for being on the podcast. Would you like to talk to us about what it's all about, mate?
Yeah, thanks for having me, guys. A couple of months ago, I spoke to my good mate, Brendan Lewis, club store to Killarney Vale, about potentially running an event for brain cancer. Bit of a backstory to that is in late 2015, while we were holidaying in Thailand, my wife had a seizure. And many months later, we found out that she actually had a brain tumour. Fast forward 10 years, she's beat it once, was in remission for 6-7 years. And then about 2 years ago, there was a regrowth, and she had to have a second surgery, followed by 12 months of chemotherapy. So that's my why. I put it to the club, and they were all for it. Here we are. It's going to be a big day. Got the some socks for the boys that they're going to be wearing. I designed these. It's got the foundation on the front, Kerry's Beanie for Brain Cancer, and it's just got our little KVB on the back. I'm very excited.
Yeah, now, I believe the principle is fairly straightforward, Justin. You rock up on Saturday, you wear a beanie, and you dig into your pocket and you give as much as you can give. Is that pretty much the gist of things?
Yeah, along those lines, we've got a huge day planned. We've got raffle. We've got like 12 raffle prizes, ranging from a signed Adelaide Pros jersey right down to a $20 Bunnings gift voucher. Along with that, we're lucky enough to have donated a signed Brisbane Lions jersey by Daniel Lloyd, former Bomber and my brother, and a signed GWS jersey by Harry Himmelberg. I got in contact with him and told him my story, and he was more than happy to donate that. So that will be put up for silent auction, along with all the money through the raffles. The club have agreed and jumped on board with, for every drink sold on the day, $1 will be donated to the charity. And then, that follows into our trivia night, which, we're hoping to raise more money through that. So, come down. There's going to be signs and everything up. been posted all over our social media. So yeah, we just really want to raise awareness and just try and find a cure for this horrible disease.
Yeah, absolutely.
Welcome back to Adelaide Street Oval. What a wonderful day of football we've had so far. A little bit of rain, splattered with some blue sky, but mostly great football out in the field in front of us. It is the Killarney Vale Bombers playing host to the Cardiff Hawks in what's been a riveting first half, 5-5-35 to 2-5-17, the travelling team. Started off well, but the wheels came off a little towards the end of that last quarter to see the Bombers launch ahead and now have this lead. I'm sure we have got some great football ahead of us. One half to go. I'm Corey Hopper, joined with Ash Borg and Shane Darwin. We're your commentary crew here today for Match of the Round in the AFL HCC Black Diamond Cup men's football at its very best in our local region. How have you found it so far, Ash?
Yeah, it's been a great game so far. Really good, entertaining contest. Bombers just held off. They're in front at the moment. Terrigal Avoca defeated Nelson Bay by 40 and the entrance Baddo Bay beat Wyong by 15 as Cardiff get that first ball out of the middle as they've done for both quarters so far. Bonham tries to get over the football, did well. Martin gave it across. Conlon inside 50. Little bit of separation. McNamara takes the grab.
That's the start they wanted, isn't it?
It's exactly what they wanted. It was a great piece of play. They willed it forward. Kai Martin was instrumental there in the 47. It's been quite handy, actually, in the ruck as He pings that one across the face of goal and misses everything. That's
what was that exactly?
Not sure. We might need to send out the detectives out to work that one out.
Yeah,
I've got
I think
no
so.
idea.
Yeah.
So in the play they go. That one might go out of bounds on a fall. It's punched out of bounds eventually. So wasted opportunity there for the Hawks. They'll need the first one, possibly the first two. They're kicking with the aid of, if there is a breeze, it's going right to left. Rain tumbling back down here at Envisage Property Oval here in Tumbiumbi.
That could have been a real Violet Crumble moment. You know, change the colour of their day, couldn't it? Good start.
Absolutely could have. And it would have really set the tone. Mahallam got it to ground. Castelnova went without it. Trying to get through the football there is Kidd. Kicked inside 50. Smith, I reckon he should be paid that. No, I think the umpire has. No, he's set out of bounds. So
Ooh,
unlucky.
Yeah, very unlucky.
Wet day. Millhead's trying to work out who to give the footy to. And may just be informed that he's going to have to throw it in. So a little bit of a lull as this footy comes back into play. Spinning back into the contest. Martin could have almost grabbed it out himself. Working to ground. Castelnuovo punched out of the air. That was by Bonham. Stedman. Rushed shot across the goal. Missed to the right-hand side. Corey, they're working hard. They just need to peg that margin back, Cardiff.
Well, we're only a couple of minutes into the quarter, so there's still plenty of time to go. But the ball's remained deep in Cardiff's forward 50 for the duration of it. It's entirely up to them how much they're going to work to lock it in and keep creating scoring opportunities. But not while Lloyd takes chest marks like that. Wobbly kick into the middle. Wobbly enough to find Nicholas Herschel. Herschel, not his finest kick either, because he finds Hector. Now, Hector bucks the trend and finds a teammate in Lewis. Lewis runs off the half back line and he finds Henderson. So an excellent string of kicks there by the Bombers. They go inboard. No one in particular. Henderson drops it in the middle of three Hawks actually. And those Hawks then raffle it off. Hand passes amongst them. A little bit of a panic kick then. We probably had more time than he realised. The ball's now in dispute. And they all wrap it up in a pylon. And we'll have a ball up here. Half forward for the Killarney Vale Bombers. So I'm probably a little harsh in my assessment of the kicking, but it's important to try and maintain possession of the ball. I know the conditions are difficult. Henderson gets hold of it. He's tackled, brought to ground, and then instantly piled on as well. So there'll be another ball up here. So real grind, arm wrestle type stuff, this footy. Tap down. Stanley Velt gets hold of it. He can't break through. Umpire says, you had an opportunity. He's flabbergasted. But nonetheless, must respond. So ball in the hands of Conlon now. He's got an option across the face. So he kicks to the opposite side. Good switch. There's numbers there for the Hawks. They need clean disposal here. Lloyd gets hold. They're trying desperately to try and break through here. It's a genuine 3-on-3. He's dragging it through. We're just waiting for something to happen here and burst open. Another ball up. Umpire holding it up high. Calling for ruck duelists. Mahallam puts his hand up. Tap down. Quick kick. I think that was Herschel. And it looks like he might have found the boundary line on the full on that occasion. So it'll be a free kick to the Bombers there, and which Nathan Smith will take it. He's been dangerous. Smothered straight off the boot. He's got it again, Smith. Hand passes looping over to Hector. He gets a kick away hurriedly. He's got an option there in Lloyd, who runs onto it. He's captured and tackled beautifully. That's holding the ball. Did the umpire say advantage paid? Certainly did. So, mark taken. This time, it's for the Hawks to do a flex. Harry Booth, hand passes out wide. The kick's long. It's going to find the boundary line before anything. Players more worried about one another than the ball there. Still with the Hawks, running towards goal. Now, they got something on, looking for Stedman, but the ball's punched out. And the defence of the Bombers, stingy at best. They do well here to deny a score.
Yeah, Stedman did well there. He actually punched from behind as the forward, kept the ball in his forward 50, but the tackle from Tricky there on Lloyd was just brilliant. He's played well on him.
Because he's been getting out of those type of tackles in recent weeks quite easily.
Yeah, he's played well. Both of them have been very good today for the respective sides. Handball over the top. Hector tried to affect it. Mulehead, smother off the boot. Castelnova went without it. Mulehead again trying to spin into, out of trouble, spun into it. Into Goodall. Went over the top. Good effort there for Schultz and Arthur. Recycling the football down the ground here to White. And a nice little kick in there to Chambers. So Chambers started really well in the first quarter. Sends a footy inside 50. Smith was at the back. Might have got the touch to it. Casually picks it up and handballs it back to his teammates' advantage. And it's a little bit open here in the square. If they can move it here, the Bombers. Stanley Velt tried to get the hand pass out to Kidd. Umpire blew the whistle and gave a free kick to Killarney Vale. It's a nice slow return of the football. Doesn't say how quickly you got to return. It means you just got to get on the full. Spoonman one out with Tricky. Beautifully done, Fit and Tricky. Got the fist in the way and that one might run out of bounds. It doesn't. Chambers picks up. Hand pass across. Manning. Oh, that's a high shot. Oh. Must be a free kick. Dangerous hit there from Callum Ranger. Didn't really give enough care for what he was doing, to be perfectly honest.
A little reckless.
A little bit lucky to go away with that one unscathed. There's Manning. Drives it forward. Hector in the front. Should get that all day long. And he's been pretty serviceable for Killarney Vale, Damien Hector. He's a really tough, uncompromising midfielder. He's playing a good role today to the top of the 50. Hawkins and Henderson almost dragged it down, and that's gone in front of the Carrie's Brainies for being brain cancer sign. Remember, it's in the bottom left-hand corner of your screen.
Yep.
Scan the QR code now.
Yeah, absolutely. Looking at Henderson, he always looks like he's going to do something exciting, doesn't he? And quite often does. But he's reinvigorated this year. Hendo, Moto, hand pass over the top there by the Bombers, but they can't get through. No traction here. Over the top, finds its way to Goodall. He's like a bulldozer, just charges through on knees or foot, doesn't matter. But the Hawks have got it. Quick whip kick, the Stedman direction, no mark taken. Ball at ground level now. Need clean hands below the knees. Arthur almost has them. Keep toe poking now. They keep moving the ball forward, the Cardiff Hawks, and it's a good policy. Move the ball at all costs. And the hand pass up, Tim Reed, he's found an opposition player on that occasion and burrowing in there, trying to get hold of it. Was that Stanley Velt there? I think. No, it wasn't. That was Hayden Mahallum. There he is. Cheerio to H. One of two Mahallums out there for the Killarney Vale Bombers and another one in the timekeeper's room. Mahallums everywhere. As the Cardiff Hawks try and get something, Logan Mahallum this time, as if called by Q, kicks it forward. But it's read best at ground level by Maris, but they can't get any further. That was a crunch. I could hear that thump from here. Henderson gets to it first. Manning just charges in like that. There is no care whatsoever for their own self-preservation here, the players. And a free kick has been found for holding the ball. It's gone against... It's gone against Davies there? Who did it go against? Yeah, it did indeed. So... possibly unlucky, but the crowd Bronx cheered it. They loved it. Nathan Smith will take the kick. But I tell you what, there's some ferocious, just absolute no self-conservation there whatsoever. Just at all costs, trying to fiercely charge through it. Nathan Smith's a beautiful striker of the ball. One would suggest he'll hit this. Is good for at least 1 or 2 goals most game. Even though he plays off defence, he struck that neatly, but it's gone and drifted to the right-hand side. Just a minor score for Nathan Smith. The Bombers go one more ahead.
Geez, a thumping boot, isn't he, Smith? Cardiff tried to bring this in really quickly, looking to get at his Booth. And that's gone right over the back. Might be a lasso free kick. A bit untidy there from the Hawks. Played a really good first quarter, and the query was always going to be if they could match it with Killarney Vale around the ground. And first quarter and a half's been good. Nice punch from the back. Manning trying to punch it to his own advantage. Bond on the ground, emerging with the football now. Chambers got it out. How's the kick this time? It's all Bombers back there, and Brandon Lewis. Well, I'm actually not too unhappy with that decision because Logan Mahallum ran straight into Schultz. And didn't give the umpire any other choice.
Is that what that was down the field?
Yeah, he basically blocked his run off the football. So free kick here to the Hawks. Goodall tried to tap it to the advantage of Carter. Carter got it forward. Tackle by Lloyd. And the umpire will cross himself again. So about 8 minutes gone in this third term. No goals on the plate. Killarney Vale will like it just the way it is right now as they're kicking into the breeze. Castelnuovo couldn't get it. Working hard, Bond. Moved it forward about 20, 30 metres, but the old lasso rule in effect, and free kick to Cardiff. So, Finton Tricky take the free kick. Former Singleton Rooster. Played in the Sydney Swans Academy. Very highly credentialed, just like his brother Owen. Owen was once a New South Wales representative at primary school level. So that kick
pedigree.
comes in. Yeah, not bad pedigree at all as it's come over the back. The umpire's paid to Cardiff and Stedman's taken the advantage. One-on-one contest. Muirhead trying to beat two here. Oh, great pressure, Muirhead. But doing even better was Brady Manette, who then turns the footy over to Maris, who tried to hand pass it over the top to Reed. It's all going to come unstuck. Maris picks it up. Great pressure, Bombers. Still working hard, Arthur, trying to drag it in with him. Play on, says the ump, and Arthur did well. Nice defence in the end for the Bombers. Marshall Muirhead almost got in there and intercepted between the two.
They really could do with the goal, couldn't they, Ash?
Oh, if they can get the next one, it's really game on, isn't it? So, ball hacked out there by Goodall. Does what he does best. Flying high there was Williams, went to ground. And taking a good mark there, Johannes Conlon, who's been steady in the back line. To the centre forward region they go. Roved off the pack, pretty sure. That was Williams there with the football. Turns into Lewis and gets tackled and thrown. Umpire says holding the football. Nice play there from Brendan Lewis as he goes down the line. And that's a lovely disposal there to Pike.
He's picked up Pike there. He wheels around, gets around the mark straight away, plays on straight down the line. In front position, though, almost taken by Conlon of the Johans variety, but it doesn't do it. Castelnuovo tackled. Which way will this go? Sling or holding? I'm trying to work it. No, holding. So Chambers has done well there. Ferocious tackle on Castelnuovo. He's got an option in the middle. Finds that target with ease. That's as good use of the ball. The width of the ground being used well by the Hawks. Big kick forward now. They've got an opportunity here. They're building up nicely. Just got to read on who that player is who's got it there. Ash, did you see who it is? Nonetheless, doesn't matter. He's kicked a long left-footed boot, which I would suggest it was McNamara. And that means he has found Muirhead here. Brilliant work. They've done well. McNamara, has kicked a beautiful ball to Muirhead. He's yet to kick one, I think. So he will enjoy this and bring the Cardiff Hawks back to within striking distance. Looks pretty good off the boot. They're celebrating it already, and Muirhead gets his first for the day. He'll enjoy that, and that come off the back of a passage of great football where they used the extreme far side of the oval, opened it up, and finally found their way to goal. So the Killarney Vale Bombers now will be up to them to respond.
Yeah, dare I say it again, Chop. Finton Tricky set everything up in the back line. Then he took the footy from half-back, switched it. They moved it well. Cardiff, it went into McNamara's hands. Muirhead's a good finisher. Cardiff are back in the contest.
We say quick hello to our good friend, Corey Shackleton, president of the... We were just talking to previous president, Corey. It was great to see from one president to the next. Another great day here at Adelaide Street Oval. An enjoyable one indeed. Kick by the Hawks down. They're going to get two in a row to Muirhead. That's incredible work. Straight out of the middle. What a response. It's game on again. They did look like they were going to strike at some stage this quarter. They died off a little bit in the end of the first half, but they're back in business now. And Killarney Vale now, pressure on them to respond.
Yeah, it's 2 goals in a row to Marshall Muirhead. Killarney Vale are going to start to look over their shoulder. It's only 6 points the difference. Look at the celebration there from Little Marshall.
You might have to go back out, Corey.
Loves a goal. Loves a goal. Shaq came from some refuge.
Yeah, it is indeed.
And he's overseen 2 goals for Marshall Muirhead.
Yeah.
So 10 minutes to go in the third term. It's a reminder, Terrigal defeated Nelson Bay by 40. And the entrance, Baddo Bay defeated Wyong in a very close contest. Mahallam gets a tap down. Hector. Arthur almost smothered by Hawkins. Working through the contest now, Cardiff. Can they pick it up and go again? That was Conlon. Mahallam sends it back to Hector. Cardiff working really hard on the smother. almost opened up for Pike if he could get it clean. Tried to get the hand pass out. And they're all converging on the football here on centre wing. Tried to tap it through the legs and go Harlem Globetrotters style. Herschel. Steadman sitting underneath it. Oh, that's a superb grab. Magnificent. Harrison Stewart needed it the most there. That was brilliant hands, and even Shaq's impressed. Hard to impress this great man, I'll tell you. Oh, and equally a great effort there from Colin. Went the ground. Smith almost got taken away from him. Couple of new nuts there for the Bombers trying to work through it. Manning runs in a Goodall. You don't want to do that in a month of Sundays. Great effort here from both sides. They're throwing themselves at the football. It's a contest now. Oh. Herschel decked. Oh, wow. And it's on. And I'll tell you what, he was entitled to hit him too because the ball was just about there. I don't think it was overly sinister, but gee, Nathan Smith, Corey, only had two eyes for Herschel and absolutely nailed him.
Poor old Herschel, he was in that no man's land between the sky and the ground, wasn't he?
Gee whiz.
Jeez, he folded him like Chinese laundry.
Yeah, he did.
That was incredible.
He's back up again, nonetheless. As I try and get my breath back, I felt like I copped part of that hit, to be honest. It was just epic. The game resumes, and we'll keep an eye on that and see how that player is. I can keep replaying it in my head, to be honest, as the ball finds its way to the boundary line over there. Right under our noses, too. So we'll have a throw in the far side. But I tell you what, it's become a game. All of a sudden, the stakes went up, didn't they?
It sure has.
They really have.
And those 2 goals have just really turned up the contest as Cardiff have a free kick here.
They do indeed. Big kick towards goal. It was looking dangerous at one stage, but here's the man, the red alert. We call it Nathan Smith looking for Goodall. Sort of couldn't quite gain control of it on that half volley. It's found the boundary line, but it just feels like the tempo went up a little. Certainly the ferocity did. And we could be in for a cracking final quarter as we edge towards 3-quarter time. The free kick now going with Pike. He's got the... Oh, no, he's throwing it in, sorry. No boundary umpires. Keep forgetting that the players are throwing it in for themselves. As Maris gets his kick away. It's a high ball. Looking for his forwards down there. Muirhead was underneath it. Couldn't get hold of it. And taking off is Kenobi. He looks over the other side. Long kick to the other side. No, this is Muirhead. He's tackled very well. That's beautifully done. Well done there. That's Brady Burnett. So a couple of new names in the lineup there, standing tall here in recent minutes, Ash.
Yeah, they're all standing tall at the moment. Both sides have really come to life here in this last 5 minutes. Tom Castelnuovo sends it forward. Good effort to mark there, Carpenter. He's in the race. Picking up cleanly. There was Bond. Needs to get up. Good pressure. Cardiff turnover, working through White. Nice tackle, Goodall. Umpire says holding the football. And
once he gets hold of you, he's like a Venus flytrap, that bloke, isn't he?
Mate, I'd just let him have the football. He's that big. I tell you, he's that solid. And that's a great centering ball. That is experience to Pike. Over the top, Smith. And Smith, how do you let him in that sort of space?
Well, he's the red alert, Ash. He comes from deep in defensive and just keeps running. He never stops moving. He's as fit as you like. And he's got a booming kick as well. He is a dead set player to watch, red alert.
Such a terrific player. He was a real nice fella too. He's, wonderful to chat to. And he's got a wonderful lifestyle where he lives now. Further up north. Travels very far to come to these games. And I'm sure the Bombers really appreciate it. Smith from 40. Missed to the right, and that's another wasted opportunity to try and break this game right open. 7 points the margin.
I get the feeling this might go down to the wire, Ash. Cardiff Hawks have found something extra. They've got a real sniff here, and even though the Killarney Vale Bombers are rebuilding themselves, that would be a real scalp for them to take the Bombers. I think there's a lot expected from the Bombers this year so far, and they've certainly performed wonderfully so far this year. So for Cardiff to even be getting this close will make sure that they know that their season is very much alive. As the ball goes long, straight down the middle for the Hawks. Minute leaves it behind on that occasion, but he's got support coming through here in Banfield. There's a hand pass over the top. Kenobi tries to take it on himself. They can't quite break through this very thick offense of the Cardiff Hawks. A whistle's been blown. A free kick's been found. It's going the way of the Cardiff Hawks, and Chambers will take it. So somehow mishandled in amongst that fray there. And he's been somewhat of a highlight for the Cardiff Hawks today.
They're quite susceptible to the small player up forward, aren't they, Killarney Vale's defence? It was proven against them by the Panthers too.
True.
Cookman played really well. Burns played really well against them up forward. I
agree, mate.
It's that small forward, isn't it?
As Chambers will take his kick right on the 50, will take his finest. It's a good kick. It's online. Someone tried to get a fingertip. Didn't look like a touch to me. It's a goal. Chambers has kicked an absolute ripper. And Ash, I couldn't agree with you more. The small forwards are really playing a part in the footy season this year. We've got our spearheads, but we've got our small forward goal sneaks absolutely flying along as well. And Cardiff are putting them on show right now.
Well, they've kicked the last 3.
It's a 1-point ball game all of a sudden.
They've kicked the last 3, Cardiff, and it's all been small forwards doing the damage. I think, just having watched Killarney Vale a few times, they've got some tall backs and some mobile backs, but they don't have small backs. So the small forwards of the opposition can really take advantage if they can get the ball to ground, and they've done that 3 times in a row here, the Cardiff side.
Yep, they still have.
Wonder what they can do here. Castelnuovo tries to get away. Lovely tackle. Could have been holding it. Play on says the ump. That needs to go over the 50. It's gone out of bounds on the full, and I know there's still 3 minutes to go in this third term, but Cardiff seem to have wrestled some life back into this game. They lead it by 1. They trail by 1. And they're looking good at the moment. They just need to get another. Can they get one before the three-quarter time? Hector drives it. Goodall chasing with all his might. Manning over around it. Tricky Webb. Bang. And kicked it 45 to 50 metres down the ground. Tap down. Can the Smalls be dangerous? Ball went out wide. Opportunity here for Cardiff. Hand pass inside 50. I think this might be Chambers again. Contest. Ball to ground. Hawkins. Hawkins needs to take on the defender there of Kidd, and Kidd did enough. Out of bounds it goes.
Well, momentum's definitely with the Cardiff Hawks all of a sudden, and I guess that's what happens when it becomes a little bit of a grind and a stalemate and we don't see a score for a while. All of a sudden, if one of the sides find a little bit of energy, it can sort of catch it the other side a bit on the nap or unawares. So certainly the question going to be asked of the Killarney Vale Bombers in the final term, but this one's not done yet. It's in the hands now. This is Marshall Muirhead again. He wheels around with a right foot snap. Couldn't get any purchase on it, but it's in the hands of Tim Reed now. He puts a high one straight across the face. And I tell you what, that was an opportunity begging. But they're really taking it up to the home side at the moment, the Cardiff Hawks. And I've got to say, I'm enjoying seeing another side looking like they have got something to offer this season. It's a real horse race now, and we think of 4 finals berths for the senior men's side. There's plenty that are worthy, that's for sure, at this stage of the year. There's a series of hand passes by the Bombers. They're trying to clear themselves out of the danger zone. Can't do it at the moment. Still in the hot spot. Another hand pass there. In the hands now. That was Manning, I think, who had that. And he was tackled. So out of bounds, Ash, and we'll have a throw in.
So with just under a minute to go in his third term. Scores couldn't be closer. If they're any closer, they'd be a draw. Killarney Vale up by a point. Cardiff have kicked 3 goals in the last 10 minutes. Made life very interesting here at Envisage Property Oval. Boundary throw-in. Tell you what, some of these blokes that get a career after they've finished playing the way they've thrown in today. Great tackle. Could be holding it there off Hawkins. Actually, it wasn't Hawkins. Pretty sure it's Martin. Martin tumbles a punt kick inside 50. Oh, almost collecting the mark. Ball to ground. Players in everywhere. Muirhead tries to get the release ball. Gets it out. Wonderful tackle on Reed. Trying to pick up the footy there, Bond. Towing it to his own advantage. There was Lewis. 3/4 time siren. We've got an absolute cliffhanger, and this could be on afterwards because there was a late shot. But I think they might be able to settle themselves down, and I think a couple of players just having a bit on. Yeah, there's a little bit. It was a late tackle, and I'm pretty sure it was Maris that sent the late tackle, or it might have been Carpenter. It was one of the 60s, and I know it wasn't Muirhead. He put Lewis to the ground just after the siren went. Well, I think the players are best to go back to their huddles because it's going to be one humdinger of the last quarter, Corey and Shane. Killarney Vale lead at 5-7-37 to 5-6-36. Cardiff are coming home with a wet sail. Can they do it for another 25 minutes? We'll be back in about 5 or 6 minutes to find out in this enthralling contest here in the AFL Hunter Central Cup.
And a very good afternoon. You are in for a bumper final quarter here in the match of the round AFL HCC Black Diamond Cup Men's Division. We have a 1-point ball game. The home side Killarney Vale 5-7-37. Just a sniff ahead of Cardiff Hawks, who are rampaging home. Stick around. This is going to be a final quarter worth watching. I'm Corey Hopper with Ash Borg and Shane Darwin. Boys, what a pumper.
Yeah, it's been a brilliant game today. Shane, how have you seen it, mate?
Oh, I've loved every second. Cardiff have bought the fight, and it's been a great game.
Yeah, just reviewing the games. Terrigal Avoca 101 defeated Nelson Bay 61, and the entrance 74 defeated Wyong 59 as we get to the fourth term here, and it's 1 point the difference. Conlon, cop one high, free kick early to Cardiff. A little bit over the top.
What's
there,
your tips,
Castellano.
lads?
Well, I was just going to say, who are you picking? I'm sticking with Killarney Vale. I think they'll just get there.
Goals have been left of screen, which is Killarney Vale's way this term, for no reason, I don't think. I think there's no wind or anything. But
Hector did brilliantly.
Well, my phantom tip was Killarney Vale by probably 12 points.
So Hector
Probably
goes to Smith.
18.
So I've got all three of us sticking with the Bombers. And Cardiff, they'll be looking to pull our pants down figuratively, as they say, as Arthur goes to the wing. They've put on a very game performance this afternoon, Cardiff, and they've still got 24 minutes and a little bit of change to make the upset of the round.
How good are our broadcasts so far, the last couple of weeks in particular, with these matches? We're picking the right ones, aren't we?
I think they're getting it right so far. Emily Brown was all over this schedule. She's done well. It's giving away the free kick there, Logan Mahallam. Kick across here to Bonham. Bonham goes to the far side of the field. Spots up a player, and pretty sure that's Manning, who goes long down the line. Nice effort there to try and get in the way. Stedman just needed to hold his feet. And Muirhead, umpire says in danger, Cardiff. So they're getting the rub of the green literally here. You get in front, you get the free kicks. Outside 50, I wouldn't envisage you'll get there, and that's not a pun intended on the sponsor. Wouldn't say he's going to make the distance from here as the lights shine very brightly here at Envisage Property Oval. There's no one there on this player, and that's Conlon. Can't believe it.
He's taking a chest mark. Look, and they're bewildered, the defence there, but there's a midfielder and a defender.
That's incredible. So Luca Conlon has the chance to put Cardiff in front early in this final term. This will really send shockwaves through the AFL Hunter Central Coast Men's Cup division if they can get home from here, Cardiff, as Conlon brings the scores level.
Oof. He's levelled it up. We've got a dead level ball game, 5-7 apiece, 37 points. And there will be some hearts racing here at Adelaide Street Oval right now as the ball's handed over. I think that's Max Pigeon to bring it in. Long left foot bomb, brings it out, looking for Hector. He gets it on the bounce. Hand passes back out wide to Smith. This is a good setup here by the Bombers. Arthur just puts it on the boot and pumps it forward. Marked on the wing by Callum Ranger. He straight away wheels. This looks a set play just about. Finds it over the other side. That's Henderson. He kicks it forward. And the mark's taken. What a beautiful transfer of football from one end to the other. That looked like a training drill, and they were just pulled that out at the right time, didn't they?
Well, Smith's been taking the kick in all game, and they threw the ball to Pigeon and obviously moved Smith up. I reckon you're right, Corey. I reckon that was a set play.
That was red hot. They have rehearsed that a number of times, and Logan Mahallam now will line up from roughly 25 out, acute angle. It'll take a good kick and a little bit of pressure in the air at the moment, as you could see. So we've seen it at both ends, Ash.
Yeah, they've a couple of missed shots.
There is a pressure cooker feeling around Adelaide Street Oval right now. Every shot on goal is worth plenty.
So the Bombers kicking to the scoring in this quarter. Right to left on your screen. Cardiff working hard. That's a nice long kick down forward. Going back with the flight. Pretty sure that's Lewis. Lewis puts the head down. Doesn't go with the football though. Pressure from Cardiff immense. Here's Martin, who's played a good game in the ruck / half forward. Little tumbler to Bonham. Bonham diving on the football, gets the hand pass out. Shuffling outwards there was McNamara, driving it inside 50. Hawkins stayed down. Nice bit of play there. That was by Manette, and Hawkins dragged Manette off the football. And he did well, Brady Manette. There's a switch on here if they can go quick, and it's to Smith. The kick's got to be good. And it is. Almost got Smith in space. Muirhead saw it too. And he did well to cut it off enough. That kick's going to go over the top of Goodall. And here go Cardiff. Arthur with a crunching tackle. They're still working hard here, the Hawks. Hand pass over the top to Reid. Reid to Muirhead. Sharp hand pass. Missed the target. Going over the back. That was a crunching shot again. That was on Chambers. Gee, some big bodywork happening here at Adelaide Street. Diving mark to Pike. Pike's got to find a target up forward. Looking for him now. Pretty sure this is Stanley Velt. If it's not, it's Mahallam. Just got to quickly check. Smith. Was Mahallam to Smith on the handball. And that kick. Nathan Smith is a really good kick of the football, Corey. And that, I reckon that's pressure right there.
Yeah. Yeah, I think so. It certainly wouldn't have been strategy. Manning's got the ball now. Geez, both sides' defences are under absolute pressure. No goals so far. We're 5.5 minutes into the final term. It's 1 point the difference. The first goal all of a sudden means a huge amount. As Harrison Stewart tried to keep control of the ball there. In the end, it's a scramble below the knees. Umpire says, I'll have it. And the ball up. Every second now, it's starting to become vitally important. Big ruck knock. Chambers first to it. He's with Castel Nuovo, who keeps on going. Foot race now. Bundled out of it. Schultz does well, but it's the Bombers that emerge with it. Hand pass inboard isn't effective. Now it's the Cardiff Hawks' turn to try and create something, but they are absolutely driven into the ground. Conlon is at least anyway. And we have another ball up. Critical time of the game. That's all of a sudden those ruck duels are becoming more and more pressing in their importance. Hand pass in amongst the scrimmage. Gets out in the end. Can't get the kick clear. It is a real hot potato scenario, isn't it? They just cannot get the ball out far enough to be able to get a free shot at a kick. Whistle blows again. Yet another stoppage. Whoever emerges from these stoppages, all of a sudden it carries so much greater weight, doesn't it? We'll have another stoppage here. Come on, lads. This is a commentator's nightmare right now. 4 or 5 stoppages in a row. They try and get it. Lewis can't get a toe poke to it. Pigeon can't get a foot to it. Hand pass over the top. The Bombers still have it in their clutches, but it's gone over the boundary line. Ash, you have a go. I'm sick of stoppages.
So free kick to the Hawks. It's a real tussle. Arm wrestle. Cardiff had the arm down in the end of the third quarter. Is tricky. Switches of play. Dangerous, but good enough to Manning. Manning, outstretched arms. Lloyd tried to go the smother. Great mark taken there by Davies. Davies on the wing. Goes central. Not a bad kick. Pretty sure it's hit the Hawks well. Oh, nearly. Drop mark there by Bonham. Puts himself under the pump. Players going to ground under the wet conditions. Herschel remains calm and steady. Drives it long. Good contest. Arthur brought his opponent to ground. Cardiff's pressure is immense. They're both working hard. Round the corner kick there, Stewart. I think he's hit Davies uncontested. Davies can pump it back inside 50. Contest, players everywhere. Staying down, almost got it there was Owen Tricky. Read it beautifully. Needs to release the football under the pressure of Kenobi. And that was some good footy smarts there from someone so young. Owen Tricky stayed down when everyone else went for the high fly. So it's right on the top of the 50 here for the Hawks. First goal important, Goodall. Got the important touch. Pike tried to release it. Conlon, twisting, turning. Left foot and steady mark as they go there to Damien Hector. That was great stuff.
Yeah, experience paying off there as Hector, is not his finest kick, finds the boundary line. So a free kick will go to the Hawks now. It's a quick turnover in the end. And hopefully not too costly. It's in the hands now of Conlon. His kick didn't travel the required distance, and the ensuing kick straight over the boundary line on the full and quite a way out. So plenty of feeling in the game out there. It's in the hands of Hector at the moment. Weighing up his options. Called to play on now. He's got himself in trouble here. He's slipped over the crucial minute. The Hawks bear down on them now. They've got some fancy work to try and do here, the Bombers, to get themselves out of trouble. Pike, he gives up the ball. And a tackle is laid. And we'll have a stoppage right here underneath our noses. So probably costly time to slip over, wasn't it, for Hector? Ball down at ground level. Over the top of it now, we'll have another stoppage. Oh, if I get too many of these, I'll change my name to Corey Hoppage. It rhymes with stoppage. Here we go. There'll be another one here. I'm going to go for my personal best. 7. Up high, Logan Mahallam. Types it straight down. Stoppage. And a free kick. Here we go. So he dragged it in, and rightly so too. Pigeon. Now, long kick straight down the line. Good contest building up below. No one there in the end, and it bounces to the favour of Callum Ranger. On the outside of his boot, he kicks it. It's overrun on that occasion by Kieran White. Now the Bombers have a chance to try and mount something. Carter on the run. Quickly puts it on the boot. Heading towards goal. It's, I tell you what, you can hear the crowd just sigh as it goes to the side. But nonetheless, a handy 2-point margin. 11 minutes into the quarter, Ash.
There are two teams that play the slingshot better than anyone else in this comp. Terrigal Avoca won, and you just saw a great example of a slingshot play there from the Bombers. Almost came out with a goal as Cardiff now bring it down to the wing. Stedman at the back, almost grabbing it there. Mahallam, great tackle there. Pike holding the foot, he says the up.
God, that was fierce, and that's what they need.
Oh, superb tackling. Down deep forward, Lloyd needs to try and get in the contest. Nearly got the contest there. Oh, wonderful candy cell. Got it off the outside of the boot. Oh, it's just bounced past Crick. And Manning tried to tap it over the scoring line, and he's nearly given that away. Oof. Gee, every contest, every touch, so crucial.
It is, isn't it? I love it when games are like this.
The pressure is on everyone. It's unbelievable. Their umpires are doing such a great job out there. They're holding their nerve under some very difficult conditions as the ball goes to the far side. Stedman at the back, good contest. Castelnuovo read it well, but he couldn't go with the footy. Conlon, hand pass back and across. Stedman tried to go around the body, rushed it. Went to pick it up and missed it. Lockie McNamara. There's another little stoppage there as going to ground was Bonham, who, as usual, gets his body in the way and puts his body on the line for everything. So 3 points the margin here in favour of the Bombers. Kick around the corner, Pike. He's been pivotal in this last term. Ball went to ground. Tricky. Tapped it to his own advantage. Tried to tap it to his own advantage twice. Missed it. Grabbing a football's Ranger. Going round the corner. Has it got the legs? The fly! Oh, Lloyd's got to kick it! Gee, he was brilliant under pressure. The spoon man cometh. He went highest. He got it to ground. It stayed in play and he got his toe to the ball. That's marvellous stuff from a wonderful footballer in Brandon Lloyd.
Yeah, a little bit of dessert on the spoon there for sure. Well, Brandon Lloyd kicking a much-needed goal for the home side and giving them a very handy 9-point buffer now. So we're about halfway through the final quarter, and you can hear the crowd here getting very vocal indeed. The Killarney Vale Bombers stretch it out to a 9-point deficit. But make no mistake, the Cardiff Hawks are coming, and they're not going to drop their heads over that. So an infringement now, whistle blown, free kick going to, waiting to see which way it's going to be directed.
Might be a warning first.
Warning, is it?
Not sure. I think so.
I think it is. I think you're right, Shane. So just the warning. Tell you what, some sweat would have fallen out of a brow right then. Waiting to see the result of that, and we're back into it now. Schultz Mahallam, straight down to Pike. Puts it on his boot, they get the clearance, and holding from behind. You can guarantee if Lloyd kicks a goal, not far behind it will be Stanlin Velt, sorry. I'm just going to stick with Santa goals. It's easier. NSV, they call him, Noodle. Otherwise, known by a few names. Up here in the commentary box, St. Nick, the patron saint of goals here at Killarney Vale Bombers. Not beyond him. We've seen him kick a plenty of them, 25 in fact, so far this year. Leading goal kicker for the season. And he's pushed a little to the left. 1 point. 10 points the difference. It's game on. Still, the Cardiff Hawks must respond. They need a structure of some sort and get it back down to their forward line and respond with a goal as quick as possible. Time will get away from them. We're down to 10 minutes left in the match. Big towering mark. Nothing taken. Brought to ground. We'll have a ball up there, Ash. First stoppage, I'm handballing it over to you now.
So I thought Tricky was a little unlucky then. He might have copped one above the shoulder.
Right.
Down on the ground they go. Cardiff out of the congestion. Can they hit back? They need to. Tricky tried to play it in front of himself. Ran out of tricks there was Owen. And umpire says, I'll have it again. He's had a good solid game, Owen Tricky. Don't think he's over 16, 17 yet. I'm not 100% sure. That one's going to be a throw-in. So great game. Just a reminder again, Terry Gilavoca defeated Nelson Bay by 40. They were behind at quarter time and only in front by 6 at half time. So great effort there from the Marlins at home. Entrance Baddo Bay got over the line against Wyong at Don Small. They got their 50th anniversary celebration coming up as emerging from the contest there was Chambers. He's been great today. In space, Muirhead. If he gets this football, he'll be dangerous. Hand pass came out. Killarney Vale struggling. They need to get the football out. Almost tripped. The crowd called for it. I think he might have hurt himself. Ball comes outside 50. Working with it is Carter against Davies. Carter needs to release the ball. Davies' tackle was great. Herschel's handball to Hawkins. Hawkins gets it inside 50. Stedman might have been dragged down. Play on. Arthur hacked it away. Davies is going to be the next one in line. He takes it and he drives it. Middle of the field. Needs to sit. Reed needs composure. Great effort, Pigeon. Wonderful tackle holding the footy. That was marvellous from Max Pigeon. What a tackle.
He has done very well there, Ash. There's no doubt. Pigeon, he's played a good game today. And now the ball in the hands of the danger man, Nathan Smith, trying to orchestrate something straight down the line. He's got an option there in Henderson. Those flying orange boots and a mandatory niggly injury cramp. Oh, no, it must be legitimate. Otherwise, he would have had a shot for a goal. As Hector kicks long, danger spot, mark taken by Conlon. Johann's variety. Done very well. Saves the day on the last line of defence. He's gone wide. They're going to play on quickly. They need to orchestrate something here, the Cardiff Hawks. They do fumbles like that, and they can do without them. So now they've turned over the ball here. Goodall just puts it, and a Hail Mary sends it forward for the Bombers. Crick shows an unusual, deft amount of poise and agility. Now it's with Henderson. He wheels around and kicks one that'll tickle the clouds. He's going to mark his own ball here. Brings it down. Now it's with Carter outside of the boot. He's put it through for a point. So it's edgy as seat stuff. And at the end of the day, it could still go either way. 7 minutes to go. But it's now a 11-point deficit, isn't it, Ash?
Yeah, it sure is. The Bombers have had some chances to kill this game off as Hawkins sidesteps his opponent. Drives it long down near the 50 and a comfortable mark taken by Manette, who's been very solid down back. Lights almost taking right over here at Envisage Property Oval as Smith takes the mark, and Arthur now in space doing some clean-up work. Nice little chip over the top. And a mark taken by Pigeon, who's been very good this afternoon.
He's gotten better as the game's gone on, hasn't he?
He's really grown into the contest in the half-back line. Drives this ball long. Lloyd leaps, can't get there. At the back there is White for Cardiff. Clean-up work. Williams kicks it into a teammate. Tricky got the hand pass into space. Working around the football. Schultz went without it. Pigeon saw it over the boundary line. So we've only got 6 minutes to go. Cardiff need the next goal. They get the next goal, it'll be game on again. Killarney Vale have got enough of a lead here just to ice the game if they can. It's been a torrid contest. Both sides have gone so hard. Cardiff have given an immense amount of credit to themselves today. They've started the season very slowly, fellas, in terms of the way they've been beaten, and the description of your YouTube when you guys were on it against Newcastle City, it didn't really bode well at the start of the year, but
no, it didn't.
Today's performance has been very, very pleasing and very encouraging. as it comes to the boundary line. Working through the contest. Oh, that might have been a late shot on Stewart. Stewart gets the ball in the air. Mahallam dropped the mark. Picking up beautifully was Pike. Oh, I thought he almost got it to the advantage of a teammate, but Tricky went the check side. Someone's down on the play. And the mark taken by Mulehead. A little bit difficult to see a fair bit of this. The lights haven't quite taken all the way over as Steadman emerges with the football. Taking it here, McNamara. Short chipping ball hit the player of Stewart, and he's gone too high. And Cardiff are going to get a free kick. And it's Luca Conlon. And if they're not careful here, it's going to be a 50-metre, and there's a player down, and he's not in a good way. Just trying to get a look at the number. He's down. I'm pretty sure it might, I won't name him just in case I'm wrong. But I've got an idea who I think it might be. So we'll just have a look at Cardiff's year so far, as Corey's got on his little iPad there. They got thumped by Newcastle, 102-17. They were better. They were good in the first half on Anzac Day against Warners Bay, and then they were run over. Yep. They played against Maitland and trailed for most of the game and came into the game in the second half. And today, they've just battled really hard. In tough conditions, mind you, Chop, they've probably come back to them a little bit given the wet weather. But gee, they've worked hard. They've worked for each other.
Not as high a scoring, but a similar tale to their match against Maitland to a certain extent, although we can't determine the final result. Who was it, Ash? Did you see who it was?
I think it's Taj Williams, 34. So time back on as Mulehead's going to get... it's not Mulehead, it's Luca Conlon. So Conlon's going to take this kick. That time doesn't stop either, so unless a stretcher's produced, they don't stop it as Taj Williams goes to the bench. Needs this goal, Luca Conlon. 45 out. It's got the legs. And the umpire wasn't there, but he's going to give it. And it's a goal. Wow. So Luca Conlon gets an absolute beauty. Got every centimetre out of that kick.
That was a great kick under a huge amount of pressure to bring the game back to within 5 points, Ash. That is just special stuff. Not everyone has nerves of steel like that, but Luca Conlon has.
That sort of kick under that sort of pressure from that far out in these conditions shows you the character of him, doesn't it?
I thought he could have made the team of the year last year, Luca Conlon. I think I had him picked in my mid-year one, perhaps. But that was a great, great strike there. And that, ladies and gentlemen, sets up a very interesting final 2 minutes of quarter 4 of round 5, match of the round. AFL HCC Black Diamond Cup men's footy at its best, and Cardiff Hawks have gotten the break. They're out of the clearance. They're in their forward line already. 2 minutes to go in this match. What an absolute ripping game. All over the top of the ball here now. It's a scramble, but it's in the wrong end of the ground for the Bombers. We need something here. An exciting period. This is one of those games we'll remember for a little while. Can Cardiff resurrect a season that's only 4 games into it and let the rest of the competition know that they are here and they're hunting as well? There's a push out of it there. So a free kick going to go the way of Brandon Lloyd, who will suck every second he possibly can out of this, Ash. He's looking for something further afield. Long bomb. Goes a full measure of distance. Good contest. Ball comes to ground. Scramble now for it. It's going to make its way to the boundary line. And the players will probably be happy for it to do so. They do indeed. 1 minute, 12 seconds to go. Great finish here. Central Coast footy, and it at its finest. And it looks like Chris Davies has put a shoulder out. They have to call the siren again. And that is tragic. His shoulder's out. And we hate seeing that. He's been a wonderful campaigner for the Cardiff Hawks and had a great day today in particular. He's been dour in that defence. That's his day done, and we wish him all the best, Chris Davies. Hopefully it's not too serious, but it definitely looks out. And now there's 35 seconds to go. Ash, call it in. I think this might be it.
So 80 seconds to go. And Smith takes a pivotal mark.
Oh, is there 80 to go, is there?
Yeah, I've got 62,
oh,
72
right, yeah,
on the board. Arthur.
Okay, yeah, right. Yeah, okay.
Arthur.
Of course.
Scoreboard said 72 seconds. Lovely kick. Pretty sure it's in the hands of Ranger. Who goes long? Oh, nearly mark taken back there. And that was by, pretty sure that might have been Henderson. It's over the scoring line. So best result now will be a draw for Cardiff. They've got to try and sneak it. They've got 45 seconds to go.
They need a goal and one.
The length of the field in 45 seconds. Wonderful kick. Should have been paid a mark and is. They've got to get moving, the Hawks. There's still 3/4 of the ground to go. They've only got 30 seconds to go. What a finish we've got here in the AFL Hunter Central Coast. They've got to go for broke. You might as well lose by 12 if you're going to lose by 6. Tap forward. Ball intercepted there by Killarney Vale. That was Bond. Bond drove it, and it's pretty much deliberate, I reckon, but who cares? Because the Bombers are going to get over the line. What a gutsy performance from Cardiff. Oh, it's still not right. Still 10 seconds on the board.
He needs
Might
to
have
kick
gone
it.
a bit early. He's got to go early.
A mark.
Got to be a mark now for Cardiff. Great effort on the deck there by Tricky. Ball over the top. Willigan. He's kicked that before the siren. If this bounces. Oh. Wow, what a finish. Killarney Vale have held on for a great victory over a gallant Cardiff. Wow. What a match of AFL Hunter Central Coast Black Diamond Men's Cup football. Shane Darwin and Corey Hopper. Killarney Vale have just gotten over the line. Cardiff could not have been more gutsy today. Adam Dugan would have been so proud of the boys, but heart, guts and determination without the 4 points is another loss on the board, sadly. They're 1-3 to start the year. Killarney Vale 4-1. Gee, they had to pull it out of the fire, didn't they, Corey?
Yeah, they certainly did, but they didn't drop it at all, Cardiff. And I think the worst of Cardiff might be behind them. I think we might see some stark improvement from this point in. I think they will be a side that will enter the finals race possibility for sure as we go on. That was an impressive performance by them. And the Killarney Vale Bombers, well, they'd be very pleased to hang on to that one. That was an absolute toe clencher. And they'll be very pleased to take the 4 points at the end of the day. I think it was in jeopardy at one stage.
Yeah, it was a torrid contest. It was a real arm wrestle all the way through. And Killarney Vale have just gotten over the line. Shane, you got anything, mate, or are you busy on the production?
Mate, I did not come to the ground expecting such a close result, and I'm super pleased we saw it. Cardiff, as Corey said, I think we've seen the worst of them now. They look like they might potentially shape the top 4. Even if they don't make it, they might shape it.
Yeah, they've done well today, and I'm not sure about you boys, but Fit and Tricky for mine was outstanding for Cardiff, and if you'll allow me, I'm more than happy to give him the scene stiller today because he was excellent down back. He was keeping them in the game with Manning, and he just gave it his all for the club. Unfortunately, they just didn't get over the line. As you can see, last opportunity there on the live stream to go to the bottom left-hand corner for Carrie's Beanies for Brain Cancer Round. Thank you to Justin Lloyd and the Killarney Vale Bombers for everything today. Thanks again, Chop. Thanks, Shane. We'll see everyone next week at Hilton Moore Oval for the Terrigal Avoca Panthers versus Wyong Lakes. The Bombers get over the line by one straight kick, 6:13:49 to 6:7:43. Shane Darwin, Corey Hopper and Ashley Borg signing off for round 5 of the AFL Hunter Central Coast. You saw it on the scene.
This has been a Scene Production co-broadcast for the AFL Hunter Central Coast.